All right, today we're watching a new video by But True. This is my first time watching him. I saw him on my recommended. Never seen a video day in my life, only this one right here. This video was posted last year. Foster mom sexually assaulted me. I thought it might be reaction worthy. I might not get no fucking views. Let's watch it.
Angel, earth angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, I'll love you all the time.
You're just a fool
In love with you.
Fuck. Now I don't know how he does his animation.
no.
Oh, hold on. Now I don't know how he does his animations. I saw this like part right here, and I was like, this looks reaction worthy, and I wanted to, turn the fucking camera on and shit or the screen recorder. So I don't know if this is this comic format the entire time, but I don't know. Let's watch it.
Are you okay?
I'm dying.
Hey, it was just a bad dream.
I'm in so much pain.
Where?
Here.
The fuck?
Baby, there's nothing there. Oh my god. Your nose is bleeding.
Whoa.
I think it's safe to say we all have that situation that kind of just thrusts us out of childhood. For me, this is that story. This will be the first time I'm ever telling this story in its entirety. I mean, over the past few years I have tried to tell this story to friends, but
What is this music in the background? Is that Among Us?
I usually
Among Us
leave
soundtrack?
out details because a story like this is kind of hard for me to relive. And I was even told that me telling this story could result in her having me killed. And I don't know, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of dying. Fair warning, if at any point you don't believe in the stuff that I'm saying in my video, feel free to click off of my channel and unsubscribe because people like you are a part of the problem. And I'll explain why.
To all of our ignorant viewers at home, let's go over some guidelines to not sounding like a sack of shit in the comment section with me, your host, Marco.
I'm gonna lie.
Conduct surefire like or
I'm trying to get this story.
person have I on you. I'll see you next time, and good night.
But people are stupid.
People are stupid.
Exactly.
They had that whole shit and then
This
now it's
story,
intro.
once again, takes place in foster care.
Wait, explain what foster care is.
Basically a place where children go when they have no adults in their family that can take care of them. Which in
I ain't gonna
theory
lie, if you don't know what
is
foster
great.
care is and you like not 12 and under, hey, you need to start watching these damn TV shows and read a book, my boy.
But it can end up like Hunger Games because you and the other kids are put in trash homes in which you have to fight just to fucking survive. And you're given even trashier temporary parents. And the foster parent that I had was no exception. Long story short, because this should be a story time all to itself, she did some pretty not chill shit that any
Damn.
other human being would have gone to prison for. But because the foster care system that I was with was so fucking great, she got away with just a slap on the wrist.
Dude, not
Damn.
gonna lie, that seems kind of fucked up.
They sent in a new foster parent who I knew was gonna be a total bitch. To my surprise though, she wasn't. I mean, well, not at first at least. One of the first things she said to us kind of stuck with me.
I promise. I'll be the best foster mother I can be.
And having just been traumatized.
Okay, my thing is
we-
this is I know this is kind of insensitive, and I'm just talking out of just my opinion as I would if I watched this by myself. I know these are animations and they're like, and it's like, you don't really know what the niggas look like because it's a fucking animation. You can get an idea, but was she bad? Like, was it? Cause when, I know it sounds kind of weird, it's fucked up when I say like, damn, you don't give a like. No, I said in a way to like ease the, I guess you could say that trauma. Like everyone's been through some shit. I feel like the best thing you do nowadays is just to talk about and laugh it off. Don't unless she really. I mean, I haven't watched this yet, so I don't know what the fuck she did to this nigga. But if she sexually assaulted you, I mean, I don't know. Let me shut the fuck up so we can watch this.
We were all for it. Besides, honestly, my old foster mother was a fucking bitch, so anybody seemed better. Whenever the agency...
I'm so blessed to be like have both of my parents and shit. I know foster families, it'd be ass, and I didn't even realize that foster parents that people that adopt, they could really just be abusive as hell and shit like that. I don't know, nigga. It's sometimes it's the kids, sometimes it's the parents, sometimes I don't know, bro. It's just like, damn, foster kids, they really, I don't know, bro. It's just, hey, some niggas are struggling out here, especially in them foster homes.
He wants to hire a new foster parent. They have a short probation period, meaning they come to your house in the morning and take care of the kids for at least 15 hours a day, and then they go home. Just so you can, get a feel for what kind of person she is. But after they left, they hired babysitters to take care of us for the rest of the hours of the day, and I used to flirt with them so hard. Oh shit, does that count as foreshadowing? I think that's foreshadowing. But whenever she did come back to our house for the 15 hours a day, she was the best mom possible. She'd make food, let me play video games.
The way he's drawing,
she was the only parent in that place
like
that actually let me be a 14-year-old boy for once. And whenever we went out, she would always introduce herself as my mother. Having just lost my mom, it was important that I had her in my life because she was the only woman that seemed genuinely proud of me. Having her in my life meant that I had my mom back in some way, shape, or form. So you can best believe that when it came time for me to sign off on her being a good parent for us and staying in the house, I signed off on that, buddy, which was a mistake because she is a raging psycho pedophile bitch. Allow me to explain. You see, she tended to show her true colors in small, very easily missable red flags.
Bitch.
One being her daughter. Like, alright. So one day, I'm sitting there in my room, minding my own business, watching TV. Her daughter walks into the room, which is a huge no-no. The foster care administrator made it very clear that she did not want boys and girls to be in each other's bedrooms. Moreover, a biological child of the foster parent is not allowed to be in the same bedroom as a foster kid. This is just a general no under any circumstance. Because there was this case, I don't want to get into it, where one of the biological children ended up having sex with one of the foster kids. It was terrible. Terrible shit like that happened around my place all the time. In her hand, she has one of those like gift wrapping rolls. You know, like the tube of cardboard that's inside the Christmas wrap. She pulls it out and starts going fucking crazy with it. Like, just being all out annoying. I don't know, like she's just never fucking seen cardboard before. After a while of having me ignore her, she leaves my room. I see her without the roll in her hands and notice, yeah, she's walking away from my bathroom like she just did something she doesn't want me to see. I'm just like, I don't want to think she was actually stupid enough to put that in my toilet. Lo and behold, I peek into my bathroom and this stupid little bitch thought it was a great idea to put it in the can after all. Next thing I know, Miss Carrie is calling me down the stairs. Me going down there to plead my case was absolutely futile at this point because she already went down and convinced her that I'm the one that put it in the toilet and she had nothing to do with it. I enter the kitchen and I'm already being met with the most ominous energy and being blamed for this shit. And the second I try to explain that it wasn't me,
and that's wild, and it's crazy as fuck too. You got to realize how many kids we get raped from getting picked up from foster homes, nigga. Some of them even actually get kidnapped. Sign off on them niggas. You never see that kid and that foster parent again. Them niggas leave, nigga. Oh God, niggas really like fucking kids out here. That's wild.
It was her daughter, and she was.
I can understand a young bitch that's fully developed because nigga, shit like that happens all the time, nigga. Like a young bitch that's fully developed that you even if she was like she looked underage, she looked grown enough. And I'm not saying that on some weirdo shit, but like most of them, they look like if you wouldn't ask them what their age was, you would have automatically assumed she was at least 18 or some shit like that. But now, it happens. Shit like that happens all the time. But I can't, especially in the hood, when niggas be fucking 16-year-olds and shit because they look like full matured body physiology wise women. But I don't understand niggas fucking flat out like 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, kids, even babies, nigga. I don't understand that shit. Them niggas is weird. Like weird.
Was lying. It got worse. She wasn't having it. She did not want to believe that her daughter would ever.
Hey, what's that?
Bought groceries with my Credit Karma Money debit card and want a reimbursement. So I bought myself.
Fuck that ad.
Ever lie or has ever lied about anything ever. I mean, dude, I'm getting the biggest spiel about how foster kids are traumatized, thus
drew her
twice as likely
she's
to lie and deceive, and how her innocent little girl would never lie about anything ever, and how if I continue to break the rules, she's gonna make my life a living hell. And I'm like, okay.
Damn.
So that's how we're playing it. Now first, I was about to declare
All the siblings that do that shit, y'all some bitch ass niggas. I don't give a fuck if you wasn't in your right mind. You a whole ass bitch. If you was a sibling that did that shit just to spite an older brother and get them in trouble for no reason, you a whole ass nigga. Fuck you.
war on this ugly ass, dirt face, kumquat nose having ass little girl. But then, I thought, look man, just calm down. This is your chance to have a mom again. We need that more than we crave to punch our daughter in the face. So, I just sucked it up and said sorry. Taking responsibility for something that I didn't do kinda hurt. Now her daughter, being a 12-year-old girl at the time, used this to her advantage in the worst of ways. She'd break shit around the house, she'd steal things, I mean, you name it, she did it. And who do you think was blamed for all of her bullshit every single time? And what do you think that does to a 13-year-old boy's self-image? Mentally, it hurts to be blamed by someone based on nothing but the fact that you're seen as less than a real kid because of the situations that you were put in that were out of your control. I had enough eventually and told Miss Kelly that her perfect little angel was not so perfect, and if she continued to let her do whatever she wanted and use me as a scapegoat, then she isn't too smart. And even when adults are wrong, they don't like to be told that they're wrong by someone who's younger than them, because it's taken as the highest level of insult. So that's...
I feel like with adults too, learning, bro, everything in life is a lesson, bro. We're here to learn, bro. You learn from your kids, you learn from your girl, you learn from anything, bro. I wouldn't say never put yourself, that's so egotistical to put yourself on. Obviously, you're your parents, so you have to guide the child, help the child. But a child can for sure teach you a thing or two, let you know, give you a proper perspective on certain situations that you may not see. And you should always be open-minded to those type of things, so... Even though it's kind of hard, nigga, it's one of those things that you just got to learn how to do it if you have some type of egotistical pride thing going on. Like, you can't let a little kid tell you this or that. You feel me? That's what I'm currently working on, and that's what a lot of people should be working on.
Me to the basement of the foster home, and everybody else got to enjoy life upstairs with her. I cannot even begin to think of a world where that's okay. Like, I'm just thinking about how fucked up this is. Like, can you imagine being a 13-year-old who wasn't allowed to leave the basement for anything other than eating? And even when you did eat, she will have had everyone eat dinner and then go into their rooms, so that way you had to eat alone? Being a kid, being forced every day to do nothing but hear everybody else enjoying their normal life upstairs while you get to listen.
And my biggest advice to people who have this type of trauma as a kid, and now they're in a better mood mentally, physically, in a better situation, in a better environment now, I would say when you talk about these things, I wouldn't say to talk about it as a form of just like being a victim anymore. I feel like you should talk about it like one of those things are behind you. Yes, you had a rough upbringing, but you talk about and empower yourself with the things you did with that rough upbringing and what brought you here now. I would say things like this, yes, you could do two things. You can either have that hold you and have that trauma carry with you for a long time and still have those residual effects affect this present day in time that happened years ago, or you can let it all go and then learn from those situations, teach people how to maneuver if they also been through traumatic things like that, and so just inspire them to be just better people. You feel me? If you can break past it, help other people break past it too, and let it be a thing of the past they can look back and laugh about and not really feel much over. Even though it was fucked up that happened, at least they could look back at it and be able to move on properly with their lives.
To them having fun through the walls of your house, like that's fucking damaging to a kid. This went on in my house for months, and I started just dreading the idea of going home after school, so I decided to sign up for an after-hours program. But even that was short-lived. I go there daily, and I have a poetry mentor called Mr. James. Easily, like, the coolest person that I've ever met, and I put my heart and soul into mastering this course. And this dude is so encouraging. Like, he's just pushing me all the way to like do better, be better, learn more. I love it. Until one day while I'm at school, Miss Carrie gets fucking bored and decides that she doesn't like my newfound happiness. So she decides to go to his class and tell him something that's probably the worst thing that you can accuse a male of doing to a female. She takes it upon herself to go and play victim and tell him that I'm around the house touching and grabbing on her lady bags and stuff like that. No. Here's the good part. She even decides she's gonna take it a step further and decides what she's gonna do is type a letter saying this to the administrator of the foster care facility, meaning that she now has 2 people under her thumb who think that I'm around the house touching her unmentionables. Things are just not looking up for me at this point.
Whoa, I thought, wow, what?
And this shit has just gone too far. And of course, Mr. James and
I can never understand niggas that make lies the most. There's 0% truth in the lie. They just make that shit. I don't understand that. And to this day, I can't fathom a nigga. The mindset of a nigga that just makes a fucking lie about someone else out of nowhere, just to fuck with them. Bro, that is the most. Y'all niggas is some of y'all niggas is weird, bro. Oh God, like that shit is weird. Like, who the fuck does that? Y'all niggas is, I don't know. Some of y'all niggas got some shit y'all gotta fix.
Administrator took her side because you know how society feels about this stuff.
Do we have to believe all the women? That was the question I posed. Do you have to?
I think we should. Statistically,
no, we shouldn't.
You'll find that most.
Fuck no, we shouldn't believe all the fucking women. No, fuck no. The fuck is she talking about? You don't believe every fucking woman that says a nigga touched her. No. That's half of them, that shit is lies.
Women do not lie about sexual harassment.
Nigga, no. That is fact. Like, Nick, for some weird ass reason, women are just, you can, don't believe none of that shit. Don't, like, any nigga that says that shit, I would just say, ask her a bunch of questions and shit. Nigga, don't just believe any of that shit. Any woman that gets sexually assaulted and then waits 3-4 years to say some shit, nigga, they're either lying or the story's been fabricated in some way, shape, or form to the point where, or you could say it's a cry for help. She wanted to be quiet about it. Nigga, if it happened in that moment, I know women that's been sexually assaulted and they snitched as soon as they got the opportunity. They did not wait no few months, this, that, or the third. The only way it's valid is if you're in that relationship currently and you still love that nigga. And those women are so blind as shit. But no.
I say that you have to hear them.
Niggas be lying like shit.
Idiot. And with that, he wouldn't continue teaching me. I lost my mentor to this psycho
lame.
bitch.
Oh my God. That's fucking annoying, bro. I swear to God, niggas in this world are so fucking weird.
As your new mother, I'm supposed to be the most powerful force in your life. It seems you've forgotten that.
Oh my God.
I have the power to ruin your life. I can go back to being your mommy. The only thing you have to do is come hug me.
Hugging her would mean admitting defeat and letting go of my already fading sense of self.
Hug you.
But she had done such a good job at making me feel like I needed her approval, her permission, to be happy. It seemed logical. I hugged her, but I still couldn't feel the mother I'd been searching for. All I could feel in her was pain and the desire to be in control, and a very faint sign of something else. Just as I was ready to pull away, and I had felt all there was to feel about her. It took me a while to notice it, but she wasn't just hugging me. She was also touching me in a place that your sweet, loving foster parent should never touch you. I had learned by now that telling her no only brings me pain, so I didn't. She knew.
Why did it show this picture and say censored? Like, what am I looking at? She touched his cock?
This as well. Exercising my newfound state of depression, she whispered into my ear, a whisper that sent me chills and waves of nausea and hopelessness.
Come sleep in my room tonight, sweetie.
I followed her to the room, waiting for her to deliver the punchline to a joke that seemed to take forever. A prank with no reveal. 20 minutes in that room with her took forever. And when I left the room, I wanted nothing more than to spend the rest of my life washing my hands. She got what she wanted. All the gifts, the hugs, the love, the food she made felt like they were choking me, taunting me.
Wait, what'd she do to this
Whatever
nigga?
piece of childhood I had was left back in that room with her. Suddenly, my bullies at school didn't seem so big in comparison to that awful night. Suddenly, I became who I am today, so maybe in a weird way, she kinda was a mom.
Bro, you must be joking.
Look, man, I'm trying to end this on a good note. I don't know. Over time, I've learned that your situations either make you or they break
you. Yeah.
And
Straight up.
I don't think this has fully broken me. So I guess I can just say I learned from it and it's made me who I am.
Yeah, see, I fuck with you, bro. Whoever this nigga is, I fuck with you, my boy. 100.
I mean,
instead of niggas letting that shit fuck them over and carrying that shit and not playing the victim.
ultimately, whenever I look back on all the mistakes I've made and all the trauma that I've been through, call me crazy, but I don't think I'd take any of it away. Because really, those experiences are what makes me
who you are. And the one thing about that is that all the bad shit is actually kind of a good thing if you can learn from it, because it always shapes you and teaches you the experience to tell others and how to not fall into the same mistakes, and also disciplines you and shapes you into a better person. Or you can fall into the depths of sorrow and pain, either or, but when you come out and rise above those traumas, you become greater.
Nobody else on the planet that can
You need the bad to become good, you feel me? If that makes sense.
be you. So why don't you use those shitty experiences to be the best you that you can be?
Shout out to my boy. I fuck with him. I like this. I might react to more.